We have no idea how Deadpool got his very own trilogy. Now with Wolverine, begging and annoying Hugh Jackman is finally paying off. What a Hugh liar. He said he would never return to Wolverine. Anyway, Ryan is celebrating the upcoming threequel of his game-changing movie series. And not just for him, for TJ Miller too. So in this video, let's see how Deadpool changed Miller's life and net worth. Starting with how the movies changed his net worth. Nobody expected Deadpool to be the blockbuster it was. For years, Ryan pursued this movie, but nobody paid much heed to him. But with sheer effort and spectacular acting, the Canadian star made it one of the best superhero movie series. Naturally, the people attached to it earned pretty well. The lead himself had a precious $2 million paycheck. Since he was the mastermind behind it, he also enjoyed a hefty profit from the $783 million box office earnings. Now, TJ may not have earned that much. He was only a side character in a group of mutants, but of course, that didn't mean he walked empty-handed. Before the movie, his net worth was rumored to be around $5 to $6 million. After it rose to a sweet $9 mil. Keep in mind, he was working on other projects and endorsement deals too. Since we don't know his exact pay, we can't say for sure how exactly it boosted his net worth, but we do know Weasel may as well be his highest paying character. What's more, he returned to Deadpool 2, joining an even bigger high-profile cast. Now, the stakes had changed. Fox finally realized what a profitable venture it is, so the salary must be higher. That's how Miller managed to reach his current $11 million net worth. So the superhero action fantasy movie boosted Miller's life and wallet quite handsomely. We'd love to be roasted by Wade any day if it boasts our non-existent net worth like this. Now let's look at his life before Deadpool. TJ Miller, or as his parents named him, Todd Joseph Miller, is an actor/comedian, which made him the perfect fit for the wisecracking Deadpool. Before landing his most iconic role, Miller was somewhat known for voice acting on How to Train Your Dragon and Big Hero 6. He also appeared in some films, although the roles weren't the most memorable. For instance, Lucas in Transformers: Age of Extinction and Stainer in She's Out of My League. Even his movies didn't create much hype. But one project that started giving him a taste of fame was Silicon Valley. He starred in the HBO sitcom from 2014 to 2017. His remarkable performance in the comedy series popped him on Deadpool creators' radar, and just in time. They were looking for someone to match Ryan's energy in the Merc with a mouth's first solo stint. Miller jokes that they just wanted someone with a superpower of spilling mustard on his shirt. That's just his witty way of saying someone who wouldn't overshadow the main character's good looks. Luckily, that's not true. When the mask doesn't cover his face, Wade Wilson isn't much to look at, but the comedian's statement suggests one thing: if anyone can keep up with Wilson's savage jokes, it's TJ. So Deadpool introduced us to Weasel, his bestie, played by Miller. The American actor was such a good fit that he reprised his role in the sequel. Even almost 6 years later, Weasel remains his best role, giving him most of his fame and some pretty big bucks. Moving on, let's see what Miller is doing post-Deadpool. Sadly, the actor hasn't had much cinematic success since Deadpool 2. After the first movie, he got a voice acting role in the Emoji Movie. He also appeared in The Office Christmas Party, Goon: Last of the Enforcers, and Ready Player One. As luck would have it, none became super or even moderate hits. He also controversially left his TV show Silicon Valley. Rumors started to float that the comedian wasn't easy to work with. The Deadpool sequel was a good time back in the limelight. Then it all went downhill. Fate was not in his favor, as he got fired from How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. Whatever lines he recorded for his character Tough Nut were overdubbed by Justin Ruppel. Ouch. He did star alongside Kristen Stewart and Vincent Cassel in 2020's science fiction horror Underwater. The movie couldn't even match its $50 to $80 million budget and earned a mere $41 million worldwide. Wait, Todd tried his luck again with his familiar genre, comedy. He played the role of Louie in a Drew Barrymore starrer, The Stand-In. Wish we could say good things, but again, the film got poor reviews. That's the last of Todd Joseph we saw in films. Forget the big screen, he didn't even appear in any TV show either. Following with, will he be in Deadpool 3? As to what he's doing in 2022, looks like he's sticking to his first love, stand-up comedy. The 41-year-old keeps us updated via his social media. He's busy doing tours, and if you're interested in the dates, you can find them on his website. Just recently, his stand-up special, Dear Jonah, also dropped on YouTube. Since he's straying far away from movies, the question arises if he'll return in the latest Deadpool. He was asked about it in the Adam Carolla Show podcast. Miller revealed he isn't asked to appear as Weasel yet. And if you're looking forward to his return, we've got some bad news. TJ has a big no as an answer, even if he's asked. The actor says he got along well with the Canadian star in the first movie since he wasn't a huge movie star. His second ride wasn't so good, with a weird moment with the lead. Even if he's paid twice to be in Deadpool 3, the American screenwriter isn't willing to return. He still wished Ryan the best, saying he should continue making movies, but he isn't in a place right right now where he needs to appear in the threequel. We wish you the best. Now let's talk about some things that happened on the Deadpool sets. For starters, the suit made Reynolds cry. X-Men Origins Wolverine's Wade Wilson was a horror story in itself. Not just for us, but for the actor too. They taped his mouth shut and stripped any resemblance to the comics. So for the first Deadpool, the Green Lantern star wanted the best costume ever. It had to be perfect. And the result took him and the director, Tim Miller, off guard. Turns out it really was the costume of their dreams and made them both cry. Happy tears, folks, for finally wearing the right giant red body condom. He says it himself. Up next, a tragic stunt gone wrong. Not everything was totally fun on the sets. They also had faced a horrible accident that took a crew member's life. It was Saquana Joy Harris, a motorcycle stunt woman. She got her first ever film job being a body double for Zazie Betts, aka Domino, in Deadpool 2. Unfortunately, it was also her last ride. While performing a stunt, she lost control, crashing into Vancouver's Shaw Tower. They immediately called an ambulance, but since Harris wasn't wearing a helmet, she passed then and there. Not to mention the infamous X-Men scene. While the merc with a mouth loved to mention the X-Men, he didn't meet any in Part 1. He hilariously explained it was because they were too expensive for the studios. But the tide turned in the sequel, and we actually got the X-Men cameo. The funny thing is, they weren't actually on the Deadpool sets. The cameo was shot by Dark Phoenix director Simon Kinberg elsewhere. Later, they were added behind Deadpool using a green screen. He never knew he had almost met them. Coming up, Brad Pitt's unexpected cameo and its worth. Everyone thought the mercenary was nuts, hiring an invisible mutant, the Vanisher. Well, the joke's on us because Brad Pitt played him, even if it was only for some electrifying milliseconds. An A-lister like him would demand a solid amount for the cameo, but Deadpool 2 co-writer Rhett Reese divulged he was paid much less. A few bucks and a Starbucks coffee hand-delivered by the Adam Project actor. No worries, Pitt cashed his appearance by making Reynolds pop up in his bullet train. Now for Juggernaut secrecy. The iconic huge X-Men villain was another secret gift Deadpool 2 bestowed upon us, so it was natural to keep him under wraps. The hush-hush around it was so high that writer Paul Wernick found it akin to the CIA. What's more, even the Colossus voice artist, Stefan Kapicic, didn't know who was playing him. Turns out it was Ryan Reynolds. He voiced and facially mocapped Juggernaut. Stefan only found out when he saw the proposal actor in motion capture preps. Finally, footage that tricked and treated us. The X-Force was the highlight of the Deadpool sequel, or at least that's what the trailer tricked us with. We thought we were in for a treat, but all of them except Domino died before the very first mission. To avoid leaking the spoiler, the filmmakers actually shot combat scenes just for the trailer. They showed us that to mislead us and ended up using none of them in the film. What a bummer. But the gag was hilarious, so all is forgiven. And that's a wrap. Isn't it amazing how Deadpool changed Miller's life? Share your views in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching our video today, and we will see you in the next one.